Okay, so yesterday evening we were able to finally figure out what was going on with this fan. There were two original fans in this car, so each one of them had a connector, and there was a 3-pin connector that went to the thermostatic switch on the radiator. And since for this car, this is a very late car, and there doesn't seem to be any accurate wiring diagrams. All of them that I look at, every time I find a wire, it's always the wrong color and it doesn't go to the place it's supposed to go. So kind of winging it here. So I figured out of those 3 front connectors, there's going to be one that's plus 12 volts, and I just connected that to the plus on the fan. Turns out that was not the main plus, because the fuse was blown, and there's also this very complicated relay network that has to make the thing come on. So basically what we did was we replaced the fuse. That's this guy here. I think that's number 15 is fan 1, and this is where the big fan, it's kind of like a double relay put together in a big metal box that controls fan 1 and fan 2 at different times and stuff. So I just took the fan 1, what was the power going to supply it, and it would have switched through this relay to this pin. So I just made soldered up a jumper with spade lugs and plugged it in there. So now that goes through the fuse and out to the fan, through the other fuse that's already in the fan too. So that's our plus side, and once we did that, hook the ground side to the atomic LS over there, and boom, the fan comes on when it's supposed to now. So that problem is solved. The only thing I kind of don't like about it is it has to sense engine RPM for it to operate the fan. So if you just turn the key on, you can't really tell if the fan's going to run. So I don't know, maybe that's a smart thing, I'm not sure, but it is the way it is, and it should work fine. The only we didn't get a lot done today. I mean, I looked at some of the stuff that we have to fix and pondered some things. We'll get back to that in a moment, but one thing we did get done was the lower control, the front control arms. We installed new Renbei boots. These ball joints are actually good. They're nice and tight, and they look really good, so they don't need to be reworked or anything. And we got Elephant Racing spherical ball control arm bushings at the front, and the camber block too. This is two offset bolts. I mean, this is the stock bolts, but that's how you adjust the caster. Oh, sorry, this isn't a camber block, it's a caster block. That's how you adjust the caster on the front. So that's done. Both of them are done. They're ready to go. And so we're going to continue on. I mean, these are done. Next thing is to get the uprights taken apart and get the new struts put in, and new springs and everything. And then the front end will be ready to be put on. But in my pondering of whether to do the exhaust system next or the front suspension, I decided that we'll do the front suspension, just like we did, fixed up the control arms, and we'll get the struts all ready to put in. But we won't put them in yet. We'll do the exhaust system, because as you can see, it looks like it's going to be a lot easier to do fabrication in this area without the suspension in the way. And basically, from these 2 pipes back is already done, because I have a full 3-inch exhaust system that I just need to cut the 3-inch pipe at the right spot to attach to the to the Y pipe. So that's easy. Then we have to cut these two pipes to the right length so that they come out of the Y pipe in the right spot, and point them at the header collector. Then cut this part short enough so that the flex joint ends up at about the header. Then that's fairly easy. Then the complicated part. These header reducers have to be cut so that they point at like a 45-degree angle towards the Y pipe, so it mates up with the flex joint. So that's probably going to involve, just slicing some pie pieces out of this header reducer and pointing it at the Y pipe. A couple companies make angled header reducers. The only problem is they're not swivel. These are swivel, so I don't have to be real accurate. Just turn them and point them in the right direction, and they should be good to go. Unfortunately, the ones that are pre-made they're fixed, and I was looking at them today, and they seem to they don't point the direction I need them to point. So unfortunately, we're going to have to do a little fabricating. But yeah, that's it.